Okay. Just it.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to see you today. And Lord willing, last night I was dizzy, so I fell down, but fortunately didn't hurt anything, just hip problem. Now we have the Espanol translation. Hopefully, Joshua and family setting in Adelaide very soon. And maybe next step is you want to buy a second-hand car. Hopefully you can get a good one. Today I'm going to, because today we have an Adelaide show, so we don't stay too long, at least shorter than 2 hours. I'm trying to make the sermon shorter. So hopefully maybe finish within 20 minutes, and then we can finish earlier. Today's topic is talking about fear the Lord. You can see currently the whole world full of lots of natural disaster or catastrophe, earthquake, cyclones. Even you can see there are 70,000 people trapped in America. The Nevada, it's a desert, but suddenly a heavy rain and make whole desert as a mud. So you can see how powerful of nature, but the powerful nature comes from God. So we do need to think about fear the Lord, fear the Lord. This morning, Harry read the trust in the Lord with all your heart, trust, and learn not your own understanding. The natural disaster, natural situations beyond our understanding. We never predicted what happened will be. We never. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. And do not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Keep away from evil. So today we think about these scriptures. How do we use these scriptures in our daily life? Fear the Lord. In order to be a general creating being, one must know who is the creator. We must know who is the creator. And that man's created it for, and how to carry out the responsibility of a creative being, and how to worship the Lord of all creation. And we must understand and grasp and know and care for the creator's intentions, wishes, and demands. And we must act in according with the way of creator. Fear the Lord and shun evil. So what is the fear the Lord and how to shun evil? Keep away from evil. According to the online source, to fear God or to fear the Lord doesn't mean nameless, frightened, horror, to evade, nor to put a distance, nor it is isolating or substitutions. It is admiration, esteem, trust, understanding, caring, obedience, love, as well as unconditional and uncomplaining worship and surrender. As Earl lead us to sing the song, Trust and Obey. So fear the Lord is complete, no conditional, and worship and surrender. Proverbs 1:7 also says, the fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. The footnotes came from our English Bible, NIV version, says that the Hebrew word redeemed fool is in Proverbs or in some context, it means morally deficient. Morally deficient means the evil things is against the morality. The morality is a foundation from God. God says, don't do this. God says, don't do that. That's more the foundation. So we say we fear the Lord and keep away from the evil. That means we follow God's rule, command. Shunning evil, keep away from evils. First step is we really, we need to really understand, acknowledge or know the Lord. And second step, we need to experience God's words. What God says in the Bible, we follow the words. The third step is a simple and honest heart. A simple. We don't need very complicated thinking. We just very simple, go straight ahead and focus on God's words and with our honest heart. The fourth step is consistently close to our God and rely on Him. In Matthew 5, verse 8, Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. This year, I'm going to 66. I respect my past life. I found how do we keep a pure in heart is very difficult because we have too many complicated thinking, thought, evil ideas. Sometimes we try to think this right way, but we did wrong way. Pure in heart is very difficult. But Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. So from the first definition, how do we fear God? Is we keep our heart simple and honest, pure in heart. There are three persons in the Bible, they fear God, they fear the Lord. I use the three persons. First one is Noah. The second one is Job. The third one is Abraham. Why Noah, he feared God? Why he can be called fear God? Because he obeyed God's order. From Genesis 6, chapter 6, Noah, he understands God's order and he keep God's order for how many years? More than 100 years. He built a big ark, right? The second person, Job. In God's eyes, he's a complete and upright person. Even he was suffering the difficulties, he has no words complaining. The third person is Abraham. He complete and cheerful offering his only son, Isaac, to God. So we just think about three persons from fear the Lord, the meaning of fear the Lord. Noah, he obeyed God's order from Genesis 6, verse 5 to 9 and 22. I read that from here. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and they very inclination of the thoughts of human heart was only evil at that time. And then the Lord regretted that he had made human being on the earth and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will weep from the face of the earth, the human race I have created. And within the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them. But I highlight, Noah found favor in eyes of the Lord. You can see currently the whole world, lots of disasters, flood, particularly these 3 cyclones, typhoon in West Pacific. Daniel and Ruth, they went to South Korea. I was so worried because the flight from South Korea back to Singapore, from Singapore to LA, the 3 typhoon, very strong, very strong, lots of rain in Hong Kong, in China, in Taiwan. And even before they went to Korea, they have a very flood in Busan. But our prayer, like God knows, He can control everything. The same as Noah. He knows God control everything, and he obeyed God's command. He built the ark. Because in verse 22, chapter 6, verse 22, Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Everything God commanded. Fear the Lord. Follow God's commands. Everything God commands. That's a real fear the Lord. Noah made the ark. Put everything according to God's command. He lead the people, his family into the ark. It symbolizes if we follow God's command, we will be safe. We will be safe. Even we face so many difficulties, if we follow God's command, we will be safe. Second person is Job. Job, in Job 1, verse 1, he said, in the land of Uz, there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. If we read the whole book of Job, we can find his children, his family destroyed suddenly. But he never say or complain God. In our real life, sometimes we may ask, why me? Particularly, we face some difficulties. Why me? Well, there's one of my friends last Sunday, we visited him. He used another term, say, why not me? We face difficulties, we may ask, why me? But if we really feel God, we may say, why not me? Because God wants us as a vehicle to demonstrate our faith, to shine His love, and to demonstrate our faith. Job never say any complaint words in his life. Even his friend blame him. He never say bad words. So that's why we fear the Lord, just like Job. We be holy. Be holy means we separate from the worldly value, worldly term. Be holy. This is a Job. His living place. I don't know where is it, but the map shows it's question mark. The third person is Abraham. Abraham is complete and cheerful offering. Genesis 22, verse 15 to 18. God wants Abraham to sacrifice his only son. he followed the order. He wanted to sacrifice his only son, a lovely son. But the angel told Abraham from heaven, says that, I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son. Your only son. This is a treasure, but he can offer to God. So this is a completely and cheerful offering. Of course, we won't say I will kill my son and to offer it, to be offering. But God gives this test, and he demonstrates his faith to God. That's why God says, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the star in the sky, and as the sand of the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of these cities and of their enemies. And through your offerings, all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me. Abraham didn't hold his loved son and he sacrificed. He wanted to sacrifice. Of course, God did not let angel to tell him, don't do that. But we think about that. The three persons. One, Noah, he obeyed God's command. The second one, Job, he's very holy and separate from the world and never say any complaint words. The third person, Abraham, he complete and cheerful offering. Because these three people, these three persons, they are very, very fearing the God. They fearing God. So let's we think about that. Once we say fear the Lord and keep away from the evil, the first one, we follow God's command. The command written in the Bible. The second one is we separate from the world. We must be holy. The third one is complete and cheerful offering. Fear the Lord. Fear the Lord. Very short summary. We obey God's teaching. We obey God's words because we know He is our creator. We know we are created by Him. We follow His word. Obey, obedience. The second one, be holy. Be holy is separate from the worldly value. Today in this world, full of lots of the worldly values. For instance, I'm a boss and you are my staff. I employ you and you come to me and you serve to me, particularly in the Sunday morning. I pay you triple time, triple salary, and you don't need to go to church. You stay with me. Will you accept that? Today, the whole world full of lots of worldly value means, just as Satan said to Jesus, if you worship me, I will give you all power, all prosperity of the world. But Jesus said what? Jesus rejected. Be holy. The third one is complete and cheerful offering. That's why every Sunday we offer some money to the church. Our offering from our heart. That's why Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, Blessed are those people pure in heart. We offer from our heart. I have the one friend, he told me of his idea, his philosophy that our relationship with friends, with brothers, sisters, just like a relation as the tiles on the roof. One tile cover one tile, but he never cover back, but he can cover other tiles. So as my family, we serve to the Lord. Our heart is we don't want to return. We don't expect the return. We expect the God's love pass to other people. So fear the Lord. Fear the Lord. Obey his words. Be holy, separate from the world, and cheerful and complete offering. Fear the Lord. Thank you.